Hey everyone, Jimmy here from Best Friend Cast. Today is Friday, March 29th. It's currently 11 o'clock in the morning for me. So we've got some good news. Best Friend Cast is definitely happening. We just ran into some technical difficulties, but I think we got them all cleared out. Joy and I had a mock recording yesterday. So everything seemed to be working just fine. So we'll be ready to go Sunday night, actually, Easter night. So look forward to that. Should be out by Wednesday of next week. So today I'm just gonna do a couple quests using different weapons, just to kind of answer a quick request from a friend of mine. He's kind of wondering which weapon he should use, or which weapons caters to what different playing styles. So we're gonna be experimenting a little bit. I'm by no means the best at any of these weapons, but hopefully they're a good indicator at least of what you can do with them. Alright, it's not a great baggie. I kind of need his bits anyways. So yeah, the first weapon we'd be going through would be the Great Sword. Great Sword is one of those weapons that if you're looking for a fast combo weapon, and you just love doing a lot of damage all at once, you're probably not going to have as much fun with the Great Sword. If you're one of those people that just really enjoys the whole being patient aspect of gaming and lining up just right where you need to be, yeah, you'll find the Great Sword very rewarding, and yeah, you can actually put out some of the highest damage in the game by doing its charge attacks. Do a quick little demo of that. Yep, so that's one. The strongest one would be, I believe, this slam attack right here. Oops, should charge out all the way, but you get the idea. So the armor I'm using right now is actually the Great Baggy armor, not Great Baggy, Legiacris armor, and that actually has a skill in it called Focus, which basically quickens your charge time. So if you're using any kind of charging weapon like the Great Sword or the hammer, you'll probably find this skill very useful to have. The faster that you can charge, of course, the more charge attacks you can do. Hey, there he is. But yeah, so I just kind of want to touch a little bit on some of the difficulties that we had setting up our first podcast, or video cast, sorry. Just so, you know, in case any of you guys who are considering putting online video game commentary or anything like that together, who don't know what you're doing yet or have no idea how to even start, can kind of learn from our mistakes. So depending on how you guys want to do it, this endeavor can be quite costly. You know, but not to say that there aren't ways of doing it for a fairly inexpensive cost, but you really kind of need to plan and be very organized and be patient, I guess, and try to find things when they're on sale, Craigslist or eBay, Amazon definitely. So for us, the most important things are definitely, of course, the video quality and the sound quality, and the sound quality is actually kind of what stopped us. So first of all, of course, you're going to need your game capture device. I'm using the Elgato Game Capture HD. Seems to be working just fine for what I want it to do. Of course, there's other ones out there like the Hopog HD PVR, etc., etc. The Avermedia. So just kind of do your research and find which one works for you and what you want to do. Yeah, the next thing is definitely the sound. For my first hunting vlog, I was actually using the built-in mic on my my MacBook, and you guys may have heard some some buzzing noise towards the last half of that video if you watched it that far. But that was mainly due to actually the fan on my laptop. As I record, it gets very hot, I guess. So the fan kind of starts going crazy, and yeah, and the built-in mic definitely picks that up. So for now, I'm just using a cheap Logitech headset that I could find at a Target or whatever. So hopefully the audio works out. Did a little test run last night and it seemed to be just fine. Baggies hit me! No, not you! Yeah, so definitely I do not recommend using a built-in mic. If anything, as we go along, we're probably going to pick up a better mic. Julian definitely wants to get an omnidirectional mic just to record us when we both play together in the same room and things like that. Um, but you know, it kind of goes back to kind of what you guys want to do. If you're not that invested just yet, you know, then I mean I don't see any reason why you can't use a built-in mic. Now, for Julian and I, and this is kind of segue into my next line of discussion, you know, we've always been pretty particular about how we want the sound and visual to be. What is it? And the main reason why is, you know, we've always kind of done this with the expectation of we wanting this to be as successful as we can make it, you know, and it's not for any reason that, like, you know, I want to have more people listening to me on YouTube. I want to have this great extensive viewership, but you know, kind of the main reason why we wanted this larger viewership is just because my vision for this channel has always been getting as much community interaction as possible. You know, doing things that the Monster Hunter community want us to do, as far as trying out challenges, fighting certain monsters with whatever weapon you guys can think of. You know, so of course to do that we're going to need to get viewers. And so definitely we know, you know, when people are kind of picking and choosing which video game channel to submit, you know, to subscribe to, definitely audio and visual makes a big difference. Of course skill, but I can't help that. So you guys are just going to have to take what I can do. But yeah, so really, you know, because we wanted this to kind of grow as big as we can do it, definitely having that clear audio and, you know, HD visuals will definitely make that difference, as I feel. But if you guys are just trying to do something with your friends, you know, for fun and things like that, I don't see any reason why you'd have to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You know, it's really up to you guys on how far you want to take your projects, for sure. So I mean, yeah, if you guys want to do it, do a video cast, or if you guys want to just even do just live commentary, show off your skills, things like that, but you don't want to spend the money on it, definitely, I don't think you have to. Just, you know, take your time and do your research and try to get that budget by. And the next thing we want to talk about was, I mentioned a lot about the Teamwork Cast A website on, what is it, the last vlog, and while I can't imagine anyone watching this not knowing what that is, I guess it does, this will just at least kind of make a note of what I'm talking about, just in case anyone who's watching this hasn't heard of the Teamwork Cast website before. So basically what it is, it's a nice website. It's www.teamworkcast.com, made by the wonderful people over at the Teamwork Cast YouTube channel, notably for the Monster Hunter video podcast. And so what they've done is they've basically set up a website where you can basically just set up like little hunting parties. And what they are is you make an account. You make an account with on the website. You know, you set your what is it? Your time zone and everything like that. So what you do is you make a room saying, hey guys, I'm going to, you know, hunt today at, you know, 2:00 p.m. my time, and whoever on what game. So in this case, you know, Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate North American version, and you know, whoever across the world, or at least across America, regardless of their time zone, can look at that and see it in their own time zone and be like, okay, cool, I want to join. And this is especially helpful for, I mean, once the patch comes out for you know, to open up North American and European regions so that they can play together. So, you know, no matter what time you guys are kind of looking at, you guys can all play together, which is awesome, you know. So, and it's kind of nice, you know, if you guys ever experience going online and, you know, really not having anyone go into your room or things like that, or, you know, having people, you know, like as soon as you come in the room, someone like dips out, things like that. It's a great way just to schedule ahead of time. Hey, I'm going to be in this room at this time, so whoever wants to join me can, you know, meet me here, and people can, you know, see in their own time zone, be like, cool, hey, I want to do it. You know, I'm free during this time, so yeah, for the set amount of time that they have that hunting party for, you know, they click join. You can already comment on it, so you guys get to know each other a little bit before you guys go out and hunt. I just think it's an awesome service. So yeah, if you guys haven't already, sign up, do it. Let's see. Why don't we do dual swords next? I was gonna do hammer, but I did some hammering last time. We'll do hammer again, actually. Let's see. Whatever. And just to mix things up a little bit, let's do the Goms. Cute little bunny. Let's eat too. That would help. Some ice resistance, yeah. Cool. All right, guys, and so kind of the next thing I wanted to just bring up in my little vlog. So earlier this month, Anita Sarkeesian released the first part to her first installment of what is it? Her video game tropes. And if you guys don't know what who Anita Sarkeesian is or what she does, she is basically a pop culture critic. That's what she calls herself. Most notably, she is the host and creator of, I think, the Feminist Frequency YouTube channel. Great stuff, honestly, in my opinion. But I mean, that's my opinion. Anyhow, so she has done this new project where she is basically analyzing tropes about women in video games. And the first one is that she kind of took on is the damsel distress. And I feel it kind of makes sense. I feel it is probably the most prevalent trope. Now, I'm not going to go too in-depth as far as what she talks about. I mean, I'd encourage you guys to go check it out for yourself and to formulate your own opinions and thoughts, definitely. But, ooh. Yeah, so with the Feminist Frequency book, I'm bringing it up just because I'm a little bit, I guess you say confused by some of the responses I've seen to it, you know, and not to say that these people are wrong or anything like that, just only confused in the fact that I wonder if they realize that this is only part one of damsels in distress, you know, and yet they feel like that this is the whole series almost, that like she is reducing all of women in video games to damsels in distress, which I hardly think is the case. And so I am only saying, you know, let's wait a little bit before we really kind of start jumping conclusions, in my opinion. But you know, I still wanted to bring this up because I honestly don't think, you know, that these people who are making these video responses are bigots or sexist or anything like that, or ignorant even to how women are portrayed in video games. I think it's well known that, you know, honestly, video games could use more strong female characters. I just think, what is it? You know, my honest opinion is I just think that video gamers are just so used to having to give a defense or an answer to everything. You know, and it's for somewhat good reason, but I think we just have to be careful about when we do it and why. You know, I think about it a lot as far as you know, I like to consider myself as a member of this video game subculture. Um, you know, it's 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 quite sad that people often only think of kind of like the most fanatic person when they think of video games. And my honest opinion is there's nothing wrong with being a hardcore video gamer. You know, I'm actually an exercise physiology major in school, so I take classes with all the meatheads and things like that. And you know, when you hear about someone being like a complete fanatic about the gym, you know, they work out all the time and they're, you know, they measure everything they eat. People are like, wow, that's dedication. You know, that's good. You know, but for some reason with say like video games, you know, when people think of a person who, you know, devotes time to, you know, getting better scores in a video game and things like that, they're like, oh, the person's a nerd, they're antisocial, and they just draw all these conclusions that is completely irrelevant to what they're doing. You know, I mean, I've met plenty of people over the internet playing video games that are far from being antisocial. You know, very nice people, and I think that's what most people are like. You know, and so with video games, especially, I feel like it's, oh wow. So yeah, dual swords, good stuff. I didn't really go into it that much. Basically, with the dual swords, you have two. Well, you have one main thing that makes it kind of distinct from the other weapons, aside from the fact that it attacks clearly very quickly. Um, you have this called demonized mode, where you do this whole demon dance attack, and you just attack very fast. You do this cool like shift step dodge thing. And the cool thing is, once you fill up that gauge, or once it gets blinking white like that, you are in what's called Archdemon mode. You get a nice attack boost. You still keep that shift step, which is, on top of being very cool, is just a great way of evading. Um, so yeah, dual swords. Try them out if you love just getting in there and just doing lots of fast damage. You know, it's kind of the opposite of the great sword, really, in my opinion. So yeah, give it a try. See how you like it. But yeah, going back to just the defensiveness of video gamers. You know, it's funny. I was in my my class, and this is during the week that Try Ultimate just released, and I was just exhausted. I had not slept, and you guys all know why. But you guys know the feels. But you know, so people were just, you know, asking me like, "Oh, Jimmy, you look tired. What's going on?" I just said, "Oh man, I was playing video games all night," and you know, the media reaction was like, "Oh, was it Call of Duty?" Things like that, and like for some reason that's considered like the cool game. That's okay if you play that game. But then as soon as I said, "No, it's one of my favorite game series," or actually my favorite game series called Monster Hunter, just the new one just came out. They're like, "Wow, Jimmy, I didn't know you're such a nerd." You know, they're saying it jokingly, and they're trying to be nice about it, of course. But I was just like, you know, I mean, you've known me for how long? Why does like the fact that I play this game series suddenly just change your perception of me? You know, a friend of mine just said, always said something really cool, and he's just, you know, just like what you like. Um, you know, who cares about what public perception? No, public perception of it is, and I really think that's true. But it's just quite unfortunate that you know, society tends to kind of bring it down, and you know, and yeah, I think that's really kind of like this root cause of this defensiveness, because people are so used to being seen as like, you know, video gamers and gamers are so used to being seen by the general public as these like dorky, nerdy people, you know, these even misogynists, you know, just because of how some women are portrayed in video games, that when, you know, someone posts a video being critical about how women are portrayed in video games, it's like you don't want to be seen as, you know, this complete bigot, and you know, like you don't want them railing on something you love, you know. And I love this culture, but I think Anita puts it well when she says it's important to be able to love something and also be critical about it. You know, I'll take the example of Monster Hunter for just because it's something I love. You know, while I love Freedom Unite when I first played it, I loved, you know, going out like that. It was my first Monster Hunter, and just going out and fighting things, and you know, that whole grind for gear. Um, it was hardly the perfect game. I mean, you know, you had these terrible hitboxes. You'd have Plesioth, like, you know, hip check you while you're behind him somehow, and he just be sent flying. But you know, the point I'm trying to make is, it's not like, you know, people were just like, no, this game is perfect. You know, how dare you say anything bad about it? You know, people said, hey, you know, like, these hitboxes are awful. And look, you know, we saw a huge improvement with Tri's hitboxes, and then now with Tri Ultimate, you know, I'm dodging things I never thought I would be able to dodge before, you know. So I think the kind of importance with Anita's video isn't so much to start railing on women in video games as much as it is to just kind of open up a dialogue, guys. You know, so I'm not putting on those people who made a response video at all, because I think they're doing just that. They're just trying to have this dialogue. But at the same time, I just think that it's important for us to really kind of view the things that we love critically, and not, you know, defensively. You know, my opinion is you're not going to see some video game designer watching, you know, Feminist Frequency, or, you know, even the response videos to Feminist Frequency. But what's important, I think, is because of that dialogue, that, you know, future game creators out there are going to be thinking, hey, you know what, maybe I should be more careful about how I write the women in my video games, or maybe not. You know, maybe they think, hey, I like things the way they are. I think it's just fine. But at least, you know, because that dialogue is out there, there's that awareness, so people can really make informed decisions. There she is. But yeah, so definitely check out the video. I'll put a link up. Love to know what you guys think. Oops. Kind of the last thing I wanted to just kind of talk about today. Definitely just about enjoying the game. You know, a lot of my friends have been kind of freaked out just by seeing, like, oh my gosh, this game just came out and there's like already people in G rank and things like that, and it almost feels like people are trying to race sometimes to see how fast they can, you know, move through the ranks of low rank and high rank and then up to G rank. Which, you know, if that's how you enjoy the game, I think that's great. But if that's not how you enjoy the game, then, you know, don't feel pressure to do it. Remember that, yeah, I mean, games are here to enrich our lives, you know, believe it or not. You know, whether it is just to have something to relax to, something to have fun, to get your mind off of school or work. You know, don't put pressure where you don't need to. And I was kind of doing that myself, just to be honest, you know. I just cleared my high rank urgent, but right now I'm just taking some time to go through low rank, you know, as I'm helping my friends clear their quests on online, and just, you know, hey, you know, going back, farming gear. I just kind of missed that grind, to be honest with you guys. I just wasn't getting that, you know. I mean, low rank was just pretty much easy enough to clear with one set of armor for me, and I was just like, oh, I gotta get through this faster, but, you know, now I'm just kind of taking the time to go back and refight some monsters with different weapons. It just really makes the whole experience a lot more fresh. So, really kind of play to whatever your style is, you know. So I kind of asked that question in the last vlog, but, you know, I doubt a lot of you made it that far. Honestly, I understand, guys. It was kind of boring. You might notice I didn't spend as much time on this quest, running around in circles in my town. So yeah, totally listen to what you guys have to say. Yeah. So yeah, the last question I asked, I'm gonna throw it up again. You know, why do you like playing Monster Hunter? Is it for just the co-op experience? Do you like the hoarding of gear and you know, weapons and stuff, and getting as many rare items as you can, or do you like just, you know, beating your time on certain quests against certain monsters. You know, I mean, really interested to hear what you guys have to say. We'll post up the answers on the next available weekcast on Best Friendcast. So let us know what you think. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like the big thing, you know. I remember I was playing. Where did it go? I was playing online with Joy and some people on the Teamwork Cast website, and this guy came in, and you know he was really just trying to be helpful. He honestly was. I have nothing against the dude. He's a really cool guy. I'd hunt with him again. But I remember Julian was just kind of trying to experiment with the little twirly charge on the hammer. I'll show you guys what that looks like in a bit. Yeah. Let me do it now. So he was trying to experiment with this move. So the twirling move on the hammer can actually do potentially the most damage in the game. Just very unreliable to get off correctly, as well as not get hit by. Hey, that worked. Anyways, so but you know the guy just trying to be nice. He's like, hey, you know, you should really stop before you do the super pound so that you don't do that twirling move just because it is so unreliable. And I think both parties kind of could have handled it better. Both sides kind of got defensive. Basically, Julian responded, you know, like, hey, you know what, I'm fine, I kind of know what I'm doing. And, you know, this guy, she's like, hey, you know, I'm here to help. I just want to, you know, because, you know, he obviously had a good experience. Other people helped him learn how to play the game, and he was just trying to reciprocate that. And I can totally understand that, but, you know, I think and you know, we kind of said, hey, this, you know, we're just trying to have a casual hunt. We're just here to have fun. We're not really that worried about, you know, our times and how efficiently we hunt this monster. You know, we're just playing around. And he kind of went off and just started saying, like, you know, oh, that's not why I play games. You know, I play games for the challenge and things like that, which I think is, you know, awesome in its own way. But I think, you know, to really enjoy like a good cooperative experience, you just need to have that understanding that people are going to be playing this game for all sorts of different reasons, you know, and because of that, people are going to do things that may sometimes irk you. People are going to be, you know, playing in ways that might even give you a headache. But you know what? It's just kind of all part of the experience. You know, reach out a hand when you can, but at the same time, you know, understand when people don't really want to receive it. You know, for whatever reasons, whether it's just they may have an ego. Or, you know, even if they just say, you know, hey, I'm just trying to experiment with something new here. I'm not really, you know, trying to be like the by-the-books hunter on how to use certain weapons. And just understand, like, hey, that's completely cool. As long as they don't triple cart or, you know, troll the team the whole time. You know, then to each their own, in my opinion. You know. Yeah, so we're about to wrap up this Rathalos. As you guys can see, the hammer is definitely a lot of fun. Nice thing about it is you still get that kind of like that charge feel that you would normally get with the greatsword, with the added mobility of being able to move while you charge. So definitely a little bit easier in my opinion. Oops, I say that and then I miss. But yeah, I mean, not only do you know the timing is not important, just because you are able to move and place yourself when the monster is ready to be hit. You know, so. That was lucky. Yeah. But yeah, so definitely, I kind of chose Raytheon honestly, just because she loves to get hammered. No pun intended. It just the way she turns around, it's just sets you up for some great and fun super pounds. So for those of you who are trying out the hammer, definitely get used to the monster's timings for their turns. That's probably going to be one of the most helpful things. Monsters definitely always turn around. You know, they have to face you if they hit you. So exploit that when you can. Sure. Where is she? Oh. Dodge these kidnappers. Doesn't help if she's trying to face Kayamba and Cha-Cha. Leave him alone. I know, I actually find that fighting Raytheon nice. Online is actually harder than fighting her offline, just because online she's like all over the place. You know, she's got like up to like up to 3 other people that she just try to go after. Where you know, online you get kind of used to knowing like, okay, she's gonna have to turn around here. She's gonna face me now. But definitely rewarding when you get those KOs off. It just feels real nice. So yeah, you guys really kind of like that guerrilla style hunting, you know, where you guys want to just kind of go in and out. You know, my sister actually loves it just because she gets really nervous around the monster. So while the Super Pound is not really as effective as it was in Try, you know, if you're still more comfortable with that, I'd say still just go for it. You know, and then eventually just as you get more comfortable, learn the timing down for the triple pounds and things like that. Yeah. Cool beans. So, just to reiterate, some of the questions we had for this next cast is, what are some of the reasons why you like playing Monster Hunter? Is it, you know, the thrill of the hunt? You know, is it that fun co-op experience? Is it that just kind of gathering and gear making aspect of it, or do you just enjoy, you know, even the monster designs and things like that? You know, all of which I think are completely valid reasons to want to enjoy this game. I think it's a great game with a lot of ways to enjoy it. So, yeah, let us know what you think. And then, of course, Anita Sarkeesian's video. What did you think about her portrayal of women in video games, at least for this first part? What do you think about just some of the dialogue, and what are your opinions? We'd love to hear them. So shoot us a message either on facebook.com/bestfriendcast, or let us know via Twitter at twitter.com/bestfriendcast. Once again, my name is Jimmy from Best Friend Cast. This was my hunting vlog. Can't wait to see you guys again.